Hello, I'm glad you're here. I know it's been a long day, and right now, even though your body is finally resting, your mind might still be rushing. Maybe you are replaying a conversation from this morning, scanning a mental checklist for tomorrow, or just feeling that tight hum of pressure in your chest. It is okay. That noise is just the momentum of the day trying to slow down. You don't need to fight it. I want to whisper something important to you. There is nothing you need to fix tonight. There is no problem you need to solve in the dark. You have done enough. Right here, in this quiet space, your only job is to simply be. For the next little while, we are just going to drift through a gentle story about letting go, about learning to trust the rhythm of your life, just like a garden trusts the rain. But you don't need to try to understand anything. You can just let your heavy eyelids close. You can let your shoulders drop away from your ears. Just listen. You are safe here. And it is time to rest. And as you settle into this stillness, notice how the very air around you seems to shift, becoming softer, quieter, and more welcoming. This is your arrival. You have traveled through the noise of the day, through the traffic of thoughts and the demands of the clock, to finally reach this destination. You are here. You have made it to the sanctuary of your bed, and for the next few hours, the world outside can carry on without you. It will be there when you wake. But right now it has no claim on your energy. Feel the surface beneath you rising up to meet your body. It is a solid, supportive presence, ready to hold the full weight of your tiredness. There is no need for you to hold yourself up anymore. You have been holding things together all day, holding your posture, holding your temper, holding your focus, holding your phone. But here, gravity is your friend. Let gravity do the work. Imagine it as a gentle, heavy blanket draping over you, pressing you lovingly down into the mattress. Allow your muscles to understand that the day is over. Feel the texture of the sheets against your skin. Maybe they feel cool and smooth, or maybe they are warm and soft. Notice the temperature of the air on your face, contrasting with the cozy warmth of your covers. This is your cocoon. This is a private space that you have created for rest. In this space, there are no emails to answer. There are no expectations to meet. There is no one judging how you rest or how quickly you fall asleep. You are simply a human being, lying down, safe and warm. Take a moment to notice the lighting in your mind's eye. Even if the room is pitch black, imagine a soft, warm glow surrounding you, like the embers of a fireplace or the gentle light of a late afternoon sun filtering through curtains. This light is not demanding. It does not ask you to see anything clearly. It is just there to wrap you in a sense of comfort. It is a light that warms the chest, that softens the edges of your thoughts. Notice your breath. You don't need to change it. You don't need to force it into a specific rhythm or count seconds. Your body knows exactly how to breathe for sleep. It has done this every night of your life. Just watch it. Notice the cool air entering your nostrils and the warm air leaving. Notice the gentle rise and fall of your chest or your belly. It is like the tide of a calm ocean, rolling in, rolling out, consistent, reliable. With every exhale, imagine you are sinking a tiny bit deeper into the bed, sinking past the stress, sinking past the to-do lists, sinking past the roles you played today: employee, parent, partner, friend. Here, in the dark, you are free from all titles. You are just life, breathing. If you listen closely, you might hear the silence of the room. Or perhaps there are distant sounds: a car passing by outside, the hum of a fan, the creak of the house settling. Instead of letting these sounds disturb you, let them be reminders that the world is vast and continues on, allowing you this small, perfect pocket of time to disconnect. The car driving away is taking your worries with it. The hum of the fan is a white noise meant to smooth out the edges of your mind. Everything is conspiring to help you let go. You might feel a lingering tightness in your shoulders or a clenching in your jaw. That is okay. That is just the memory of the day stored in your muscles. You don't need to force it away. Just acknowledge it. Whisper to that tension, "It's okay to let go now." Imagine warm water flowing over those tight spots, melting the ice, turning the tension into a soft, flowing liquid that drains away into the sheets. Your hands are resting, your feet are resting. The space behind your eyes is growing wider, darker, and more spacious. There is nowhere else you need to be. There is nothing else you need to be doing. You have arrived at the only moment that matters. This moment of permission, this moment of softness, this moment of profound safety. Just be here. Just breathe. Just feel the bed holding you safe and sound. And held in this embrace of safety, you can now accept a profound gift that you rarely give yourself during the daylight hours. It is a gift of permission. In the busy world outside this room, you are constantly required to be a problem solver. You are the one who fixes things, the one who plans, the one who remembers the birthdays and the deadlines, the one who keeps the machinery of life running smoothly. But here, in the quiet sanctuary of your bed, those rules no longer apply. Tonight, I want you to visualize yourself signing a permission slip. It is a gentle but firm agreement with your own soul. It says, "For the next few hours, I am allowed to put down my tools." Feel what happens to your body when you truly accept that statement. Notice the subtle unclenching deep within your belly. So often, we hold tension in our stomach, bracing ourselves for the next task or the next challenge. But right now, there is no next task. The inbox is closed. The phone is silent. The conversations have all ended. You can let your belly soften, rising and falling with the natural, effortless rhythm of your breath. There is nothing to brace against. The mattress is there to catch you. There is a part of your mind, that hard-working, analytical part, that might still be trying to offer you solutions for tomorrow. It wants to replay a moment from today to see if you could have said something different. It wants to rehearse a meeting for next week. It thinks it is helping. But you can speak to that part of yourself with kindness. You can say, "Thank you for trying to help, but we are off duty now." Imagine that you are standing at the door of a workshop. This workshop is where you do all your thinking, your worrying, your planning. It is filled with blueprints and unfinished projects. Now, visualize yourself reaching for the light switch. Click. The lights go out. The room is quiet. You step out, close the door, and turn the lock. You are not abandoning your responsibilities. You are simply closing the shop for the night so that the worker can rest. The problems will still be there tomorrow, but they will be waiting for a rested, refreshed you, not the exhausted version of you that is lying here now. Let this feeling of not doing wash over you like a warm, slow-moving stream. It starts at the top of your head, soothing the furrows in your brow. It flows down over your face, releasing the tiny muscles around your eyes that have been squinting at screens. It flows down through your neck, washing away the stiffness of holding your head up high. It flows into your shoulders, those heavy shoulders that carry so much invisibly. Let them drop. Let them drop another inch. You don't have to figure it out tonight. Whatever it is, the career path, the relationship question, the financial worry, it does not need to be solved in the dark. The dark is for healing, not for analyzing. When you try to solve problems at night, everything looks distorted, like shadows stretching long on the wall. The morning light brings clarity that the night cannot offer. So give yourself permission to not know the answer right now. Give yourself permission to live in the question and to let the question sleep too. Breathe into that space of not knowing. It is a spacious place. It is a relief. You are not a human doing. You are a human being, and being is enough. Just lying here, breathing, heart beating, skin warm, you are enough. You do not need to achieve sleep. You only need to allow it. Sleep is not another item on your to-do list that you can force or check off. It is a shy visitor that comes when we stop chasing it. Feel the warmth of the bed seeping into your bones. It is a heavy, comforting heat, like lying on a sun-drenched rock by a river. This warmth is melting away the need to control. You are handing over the controls to something larger than your conscious mind, to your body's ancient wisdom, to the biological rhythm that has guided your ancestors to sleep for thousands of years. Your body knows how to heal itself, but it can only do that work when you step out of the way. So, step back. Step back from the control panel. Step back from the driver's seat. Climb into the passenger seat, recline the chair, and watch the scenery blur by. The rain of relaxation is beginning to fall, a soft, misty drizzle that dampens the dust of the day. It smells like fresh earth and peace. It sounds like a rhythmic hush. Let it wash over you. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to be unavailable. You are allowed to simply drift. And as that misty drizzle continues to fall in your mind's eye, smelling of fresh earth and cooling the air, let it carry you to a place of deep, ancient quiet. Imagine a wooden porch wrapping around an old farmhouse somewhere nestled in the rolling green hills where the only schedule is the rising and setting of the sun. The air here is crisp and clean, filled with the scent of pine and damp soil. On this porch sits an old gardener named Thomas. He is resting in a wide, sturdy rocking chair, his hands, weathered and strong from years of touching the earth, folded gently in his lap. He is watching the rain fall on the garden he has tended for 40 years. It is a heavy rain, a steady drumming rhythm against the tin roof above him, a sound that wraps around the house like a protective shawl. Earlier that week, Thomas had spent days carefully pruning his prize hydrangeas. He had tied them up, fed the soil, and waited with anticipation for the blue blooms to burst open. He had a plan for exactly how the garden should look. But then, this storm rolled in. The clouds turned the color of bruised slate, and the water came down in sheets, bending the tall stems, scattering petals across the muddy path. A younger neighbor, driving his truck up the gravel road, slowed down and called out from his window, looking at the battered flowers. "What a shame, Thomas," he shouted over the sound of the wind. "All that work ruined. This storm is a disaster for the season." Thomas didn't rush out to cover the plants. He didn't curse the clouds. He took a slow sip of his warm tea, feeling the heat radiate through the ceramic mug into his palms, and he simply rocked back and forth. Creak, hush, creak, hush. "Maybe it is a disaster," Thomas said softly, his voice barely rising above the rain. "And maybe it is not. We shall see." He understood something that the young neighbor, in his hurry to categorize everything as good or bad, had missed. Thomas knew that the garden has a wisdom far older than his own plans. As he sat there, safe and dry on his porch, watching the rain soak deep into the ground, he thought about the old oak tree behind the house. Its roots went down deep, far below the surface. The ground had been dry for months, thirsty and cracked deep down where the eye couldn't see. This storm, which looked like it was ruining the flowers, was actually saving the tree. It was sending life-giving water down to the deepest aquifers, ensuring that when summer truly arrived, the well would be full and the roots would be strong. The flowers might bloom a little later, or perhaps differently than he planned, But the garden itself, the whole ecosystem, was being nourished in a way he could never have achieved with a watering can. Thomas closed his eyes, listening to the rain. He trusted the weather. He didn't try to push the clouds away. He didn't try to pull the plants up to make them grow faster. He knew that nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. This is the invitation the gardener offers you tonight. Your life is that garden, and the events of your day, the unexpected challenges, the delays, the things that didn't go according to your plan, are just the weather. It is tempting to stand in the rain and try to catch every drop, to try to manage the outcome, to judge the moment as bad or wrong. But tonight, you are invited to step up onto the porch. Feel yourself sitting back in that sturdy rocking chair. Feel the shelter of the roof over your head. You are safe here. You can watch the rain of your thoughts falling, but you do not need to get wet. You can hold the warm mug of comfort in your hands, perhaps feeling that warmth spreading now through your fingers, up your arms, relaxing the muscles as it goes. Let the rain fall. Let the thoughts come and go. Maybe a situation today seemed like a storm. Maybe it felt like a setback. But like Thomas, you can rest in the deep knowing that you cannot see the whole picture yet. What seems like a delay might be protection. What seems like a loss might be making space for something new to grow. What feels like rain might be the very nourishment your deep roots have been waiting for. You don't need to understand the purpose of the rain right now. You only need to trust that the earth knows what to do with it. Your only task is to stay on the porch, rocking gently, breathing in the moist, cool air, letting the rhythm of the storm become a lullaby. The garden is taking care of itself. The universe is taking care of the details. And you, the gardener, are finally allowed to rest your eyes. And as your eyes rest, let that sense of stillness travel down, flowing like a slow, warm current all the way to your hands. Think of the gardener's hands we just imagined, weathered, strong, capable of digging and planting, yet now lying completely still in his lap. Your hands too have been busy today. They have typed messages, gripped steering wheels, carried bags, opened doors, and held onto 1,000 different things, visible and invisible. They are the primary tools you use to navigate the world, the agents of your doing. But now, their work is finished. Bring your awareness gently to the palms of your hands. You don't need to move them, just feel them. Notice if there is a subtle tightness there, a quiet echo of holding on. Often, even when we think we are relaxing, we carry a microscopic tension in our fingers, as if we are still gripping the steering wheel of our lives, afraid that if we let go, the car will veer off the road. We hold on to outcomes. We hold on to what we think should happen. We hold on to the illusion of control. Imagine, just for a moment, that you are standing on a beach and in your hand you are squeezing a handful of dry, white sand. You are squeezing it tight because you don't want to lose a single grain. Feel the effort in that visualization. Feel how the tension starts in the center of your palm, travels up your fingers, tightens your wrist, and locks your forearm. The harder you squeeze, the more tired you become, and yet the sand still slips through the cracks of your fingers. It is exhausting to hold on this tight. Now, in the safety of your bed, with the imaginary sound of that gentle rain still drumming on the roof, give your hands permission to open. Picture the fingers uncurling, not snapping open, but slowly, lazily unfolding, like a flower that has decided it is safe to bloom in the moonlight. Imagine the sand pouring out, returning to the earth. You don't need to keep it. You don't need to carry it. As you let go of that imaginary grip, feel the physical shift in your hands. Feel the skin of your palms stretching and smoothing out. Feel the space between your fingers widening just a fraction. There is a sensation that comes when we truly unclench, a soft, tingling warmth that floods into the fingertips. It feels like a hum, a gentle vibration of relief. This is the feeling of your own energy returning to you, no longer wasted on holding tight to things that cannot be held. Let this wave of unclenching move upwards. Feel it softening your wrists. Feel it dissolving the knots in your forearms. It flows up past your elbows, those hinges that allow you to push and pull, which can now simply rest. It travels all the way up to your upper arms and melts into your shoulders. Your hands are now empty, and that emptiness is beautiful. In many spiritual traditions, an open hand is a symbol of trust. It says to the universe, I am ready to receive. You cannot receive rest if your fist is closed. You cannot receive peace if you are gripping the past. By opening your hands, you are signaling to your entire nervous system that the battle is over. You are putting down your weapons. You are putting down your shields. Let your hands lie heavy on the mattress or on your body. They are no longer the hands of a worker or a driver or a fixer. They are simply weight, warm, heavy weight. If the wind were to blow through the room right now, it would pass right through your open fingers. There is no resistance left in them. Enjoy this feeling of having nothing to hold. It is a rare freedom. The bed is holding you, so you do not need to hold yourself. The earth is spinning in its perfect orbit, so you do not need to hold the world together. You have released the sand. You have released the day. Your hands are open, soft, and still, floating in the warm, safe darkness, drifting deeper into the comfort of simply being here, with nothing to do and nothing to grasp. And as that stillness spreads from your fingertips, traveling up through your arms like a slow, rising tide, let it wash gently up your neck and settle into the place where we hide so much of our silent effort, your face. We often forget how hard our faces work for us. From the moment we wake up, we are wearing a mask of engagement. We smile to be polite. We furrow our brows to show we are listening. We tighten our lips when we are concentrating. We hold our expressions in place to show the world that we are okay, that we are attentive, that we are present. But here, in the soft, forgiving darkness, there is no one to perform for. The audience has gone home. The lights are out. You can take off the mask. Bring your attention to your jaw. This is the heavy hinge where we store the words we didn't say, the frustrations we swallowed, the determination to push through. Notice if your teeth are touching. Notice if the muscles near your ears are tight. Now, invite a sense of melting into that hinge. Imagine a warm, soothing oil being poured gently over the joints of your jaw. Feel it unlocking. Let your lower jaw drop slightly. It might feel strange at first to just let it hang loose, but this is the natural state of rest. Let there be a tiny space between your upper and lower teeth. As your jaw loosens, feel your tongue release its grip. Often, we press our tongue against the roof of our mouth, ready to speak, ready to explain. Let it fall. Let it become a heavy, soft muscle resting in the floor of your mouth. Let the tip of your tongue float away from your teeth. When the tongue is soft, the internal monologue begins to stutter and slow down. There is nothing left to say tonight. Let this wave of softening ripple outward to your cheeks. Imagine the skin of your face becoming smooth and slack. There is no need to hold a smile. There is no need to look pleasant. Gravity is gently pulling everything downwards, towards the pillow, towards the earth. You are safe to look completely undone. You are safe to be blank. Now, move your awareness to your eyes. Those tiny, incredible muscles around your eyes have been scanning, reading, focusing, and processing thousands of images all day long. They have been the sentries at the gate. Thank them for their service and tell them their watch is over. Visualize your eyelids not just as skin, but as heavy, velvet curtains that have been drawn shut for the night. They are not just closed, they are sealed with a comforting weight. Let the eyes themselves sink deeper into their sockets. Imagine them resting on a soft cushion of darkness. They don't need to look forward anymore. They don't need to look for danger. They can turn off. Finally, bring that soothing attention to your forehead and the space between your eyebrows. This is the command center. This is where we knit our brows when we worry, where we hold the tension of figuring it out. Imagine a warm, gentle hand, perhaps the hand of a loving ancestor, or simply the hand of sleep itself, resting lightly on your forehead. Feel that warmth smoothing out the lines. Imagine the skin of your forehead spreading out, becoming wide and spacious like a calm lake at dawn. The ripples of worry are fading away. The surface is becoming glass still. As your face softens, You might feel a profound sense of relief washing over your entire body. It is as if by releasing the face, the seat of your identity, you are finally allowed to put down the burden of being you. You don't have to be the parent, the boss, the partner, or the problem solver right now. Those are just roles you play during the day, costumes you wear. Beneath the face, beneath the expressions, there is just the breather. There is just this warm, living presence, floating in the dark. Your face is as smooth as a stone at the bottom of a river. The water flows over it, cool, clear, and constant. The current of the night is washing away the dust of the day, washing away the expressions, leaving only peace. You are unclenching, you are softening, you are sinking. The bed holds you up, and the darkness holds you close, wrapped in a blanket of quiet, unconditional acceptance. And lying there, smooth and still as a stone in the quiet depths, you begin to notice the movement above you. From this place of deep, submerged safety, you can look up and see the surface of your mind. It flows like a wide, lazy river at twilight. The water is tinged with the violet and gold of the setting sun, moving slowly, steadily, indifferent to the banks, simply following the pull of gravity towards the great ocean of sleep. This river is your stream of consciousness. During the day, you are often swimming desperately in that current, fighting the waves, trying to steer, trying not to drown in the flood of information. But tonight, you have climbed out of the water. You are resting on the soft, grassy bank, which feels remarkably like your own bed, watching the river flow by. You are dry. You are safe. You are the observer, not the swimmer. As you breathe, a long, slow inhale that expands your ribcage like the wings of a resting bird, and a long, slow exhale that settles you deeper into the mattress, you might notice things floating down the river. These are your thoughts. Here comes a thought about tomorrow's schedule. It looks like a dry autumn leaf, crinkled and brown, spinning slowly on the surface. Usually your instinct would be to reach out, grab that leaf, and study it. You would want to analyze it, worry about it, fix it. But tonight, your hands are open and heavy at your sides. You cannot reach the water from where you are lying. So, you simply watch the leaf. You watch it bob up and down. You watch it catch a tiny ripple, and then you watch it drift around the bend, disappearing into the mist downstream. It is gone. You are still here. The river keeps flowing. Here comes another one. Maybe it is a heavier object, a branch representing a conversation that didn't go well, or a worry about finances. It looks snagged for a moment on a rock. You might feel a twitch in your chest, a sudden urge to jump in and dislodge it. That is just habit. Breathe into that urge. Soften your belly. Let the river handle it. The water gently nudges the branch, turning it over once, twice, until it breaks free and continues its journey away from you. You realize that you don't actually have to push the thoughts away. The current of time does that for you. You don't have to silence the river, you just have to stop jumping into it. The sound of the river is a low, rhythmic murmur, blending with the sound of your own breath, in and out. The water flows in, the water flows out. It is a hypnotic, constant sound, like the white noise of a fan or the distant hum of the city, wrapping you in a cocoon of sound that pushes the rest of the world away. Notice how the river seems to be widening now. The opposite bank is getting further and further away, fading into the comfortable shadows. The details of the leaves and branches are becoming blurry. It is no longer a specific thought about a specific person or a specific email. It is just a vague shape, a blob of color drifting by. You are losing interest in the shapes. You are losing interest in the definitions. You are more interested in the feeling of the bank beneath you. The earth, your bed, is warm and solid. It has held you through thousands of nights, and it is holding you now. It absorbs your weight. It absorbs your tiredness. You are rooted here, while the river of doing flows away, taking the debris of the day with it. Sometimes, a little rain might start to pockmark the surface of the river, gentle, rhythmic circles expanding in the water. Each drop is a permission to let go, permission to not care just for a few hours. The rain blurs the surface even more, making it impossible to see the bottom, making it impossible to see the thoughts clearly. And that is a relief. You don't need to see clearly tonight. Clarity is a tool for the morning sun. The night belongs to the mist. The night belongs to the blur. You are separate from the river. You are the stillness, witnessing the motion. And as the distance grows, you feel a profound sense of lightness. The tether that bound you to your worries has been untied. You are unmoored, but not lost. You are simply resting on the shore, breathing in the damp, cool air, watching the water carry everything that is not you away into the dark, compassionate night. And as that dark, compassionate night wraps closer around you, absorbing the last ripples of your worries, you may find a new question rising quietly in the silence, not an anxious question, but a gentle curiosity. If I let everything float away, if I stop steering, will I be okay? Will the things I need still find me? It is the oldest fear we have, the fear that if we close our eyes, if we take our hands off the wheel, we will lose what is ours. But tonight, let the stillness of the room answer you. Look at the way your breath enters your body. You do not have to beg for it. You do not have to earn it. You do not have to fill out an application or prove your worthiness. The air simply comes. It rushes in to fill your lungs, bringing oxygen to every cell, keeping you alive without you having to issue a single command. The universe is feeding you, moment by moment, breath by breath, while you do absolutely nothing. This is the nature of trust. It is not a blind hope that everything will be perfect. It is the deep, cellular knowing that you are supported. Think of the trees outside your window. In the winter, they stand bare against the grey sky. They do not cling frantically to their dead leaves, afraid that if they let go, they will never be green again. They drop the leaves. They stand empty. They trust the seasons. They know in the sap deep within their trunks that the spring will come. The sun will return. The rain will fall. They do not have to chase the spring comes to them. There is a profound peace in realizing that what is truly meant for you cannot miss you. It has your address, it knows your name. You do not have to stay awake all night patrolling the borders of your life to make sure it arrives. Perhaps you are worried about an opportunity you missed, or a relationship that drifted away like one of those leaves on the river. It is easy to feel that you have lost something vital. But remember the gardener on his porch. He knows that the rain which ruins the picnic is the same rain that saves the oak tree. Life is vast, and its intelligence is far greater than our limited view from the bedroom window. Maybe the thing that left was simply making space. Maybe the silence is not emptiness, but preparation. So, you can rest now. You can retire from the job of general manager of the universe. It continues to spin quite well on its own. The stars are holding their courses. The tides are obeying the moon. The sun is already beginning its long journey around the earth to greet you in the morning. None of this requires your supervision. Feel that relief in the back of your neck, that spot where the weight of responsibility usually sits. Imagine unbuckling a heavy backpack and letting it slide off the bed onto the floor. Thud. It is gone. You are light. You are untethered. You can trust the darkness. It is not a void. It is a velvet womb. It is a place of restoration. When you sleep, your body repairs itself, knitting together muscle and bone, sorting through memories, washing the brain clean. It is a miracle that happens only when you surrender control. So, surrender. Let the trust settle over you like a second blanket, warm and weighted. Whisper to yourself, in the quiet of your mind, I am safe. I am held. What is mine will stay. What is not, I let go. Feel the truth of those words sinking into your mattress. You are not losing time. You are gaining peace. You are not giving up. You are giving in to the natural rhythm of life. The river flows. The breath comes. The night holds you. And everything is exactly as it needs to be right now. And in this state of deep acceptance, where everything is exactly as it needs to be, you can finally turn your attention to the most faithful companion you have ever known. It has been with you since the very first moment you arrived in this world, and it will remain with you through the deepest silence of this night, your breath. It is happening right now, without you having to ask for it, without you having to plan it. It is the rhythmic lullaby of your own existence. Gently, without changing anything, just notice the sensation of the air entering your body. Feel the cool, crisp touch of the air at the rim of your nostrils. It flows in, smooth and quiet, like a fresh breeze moving through an open window in a stuffy room. Follow that stream of air as it travels down, warming up as it moves through your throat, filling the soft spaces of your chest. Imagine that this air is not just oxygen, but a soft, luminous mist. It is a healing light. With every inhale, this gentle light flows into you, seeking out the hidden corners of tiredness. It swirls into the tightness between your ribs. It flows down into the solar plexus, that place in your stomach where you often hold the knots of anxiety. The light touches those knots and they begin to loosen. They unravel like a coil of rope finally going slack. And then there is the exhale. The exhale is your body's natural way of letting go. It is the physical act of surrender. With every breath out, imagine you are releasing a grey smoke. The smoke of the day's stress, the smoke of old conversations, the smoke of what-ifs. You don't need to push it out. It leaves effortlessly. You breathe in the new, you breathe out the old. You breathe in space, you breathe out the clutter. In and out, rising and falling. Notice how your belly rises gently with the inhale, soft and round. There is no need to hold it in. There is no need to be flat or firm. Let it be soft. Let it move like a calm ocean tide. When the tide comes in, your belly fills with peace. When the tide goes out, your body sinks deeper into the mattress. With each cycle, the rhythm seems to slow down. The pauses between the breaths are becoming longer, more spacious. There is a tiny, silent moment at the top of the inhale and a tiny, velvety moment at the bottom of the exhale. That pause at the bottom, that empty, quiet space before the next breath comes, is a sanctuary. It is a tiny doorway to sleep. Linger there for a heartbeat. Feel how peaceful it is to be empty just for a second before the life force rushes back in. You are not doing the breathing, you are being breathed. The universe is breathing through you. It is a rhythm as old as the tides, as steady as the rotation of the earth. You can stop trying to drive the car now. You can take your foot off the pedal. The engine of life is humming quietly, idling perfectly, keeping you warm and alive while you rest. Feel the breath massaging your heart from the inside. Every expansion creates a little more room around your heart, allowing it to beat with more ease, with less effort. Thump, 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 thump. Slow and steady. The breath is cradling your heart, rocking it gently to sleep. The sound of your breath is like the sound of that distant rain we imagined, a soft, white noise that blurs out the sharp edges of the world. It is the sound of safe. It is the sound of home. Let the breath become longer. Let it become thinner. Let it become so subtle that if a feather were resting on your lip, it would barely flutter. You are breathing calmness into your bones. You are breathing heaviness into your eyelids. You are breathing silence into your mind. There is nothing left to think about. There is only this sensation, cool air in, warm air out, the bed holding you up, the blanket weighing you down, the breath flowing through like a river of peace, washing you clean, carrying you deeper and deeper into the soft, welcoming dark. And carried by that river of peace, moving deeper into the soft, welcoming dark, you begin to feel the edges of the world dissolving. The current is slowing down now. The river is widening, spreading out into a vast, calm lake where the water is as smooth as glass. There is no longer a direction you need to go. There is no longer a downstream or an upstream. There is only here. There is only the drift. Notice how the boundaries of your body seem to be softening. It is becoming harder to tell exactly where your skin ends and where the comfort of the bed begins. The heavy warmth of your limbs is merging with the mattress, melting into the sheets. You are sinking into the support beneath you, becoming one with the stillness. You are not a person lying on a bed anymore. You are simply a warm, breathing presence, held safely in a cocoon of gravity. The logic of the day is fading out, like a radio station that is slowly losing its signal. The static is gentle, a soft white noise that covers everything. Words are losing their sharp edges. If a thought drifts by, it no longer looks like a sentence or a to-do list. It looks like a vague shape, a soft cloud, a patch of color floating in the twilight. You don't need to read it. You don't need to understand it. Naming things is a job for the daytime. Right now, in the drift, nothing needs a name. Nothing needs a label. That gentle rain we listened to earlier has moved further away. It is just a hush now, a distant, rhythmic hum that wraps around the house like a thick wool blanket. It separates you from the outside world, the world of traffic and clocks and calendars is miles away. On the other side of the rain, you are safe on the inside. You are unplugged. Your eyes behind your heavy lids are resting on a horizon of velvety darkness. It is not an empty darkness. It is a rich, restful indigo. It feels like the night sky, vast and infinite, stretching out in all directions. You are floating in this sky, weightless, drifting. There is a sense of timelessness here. The past is a hazy memory, fading into the mist behind you. The future is a dream that hasn't happened yet, hidden in the mist ahead. There is only this slow, suspended moment, this beat of the heart, this rise of the chest, this soft, easy nothingness. You might feel your mind wandering, creating little dream fragments, a face, a landscape, a snatch of a song. Let them come. Let them go. They are just the petals of the mind falling away as it goes to sleep. You don't need to make sense of them. You don't need to follow them. You are just the space in which they float, deeper, softer, further away. The tether that held you to the shore has been untied. The little boat of your consciousness is drifting gently out toward the center of the lake. The water is warm. The air is still. There is no wind to rock you, just the gentle, barely perceptible sway of the deep water. You are free to float. You are free to fade. The heavy coat of identity, of being someone, has slipped off your shoulders. You are just life, resting. You are just a seed, dormant and safe in the winter earth, waiting for nothing, needing nothing, simply resting in the dark, nurturing soil. The warm light that surrounded you is now a soft glow within your chest, a tiny pilot light of peace that burns steadily while you sleep. It keeps you warm from the inside out. It reminds you that you are whole. It reminds you that you are home, drifting, sinking, floating. Everything is heavy. Everything is slow. The distance between one thought and the next is getting longer and longer. The silence is getting bigger, and it feels so good to just let go of the last little bit of trying, to just let the current take you, to just be carried. And carried by that gentle current, you are moving now into the deepest waters. The shore is gone. The lights of the day are gone. There is only this vast, velvety comfort. There is only the rhythm of the drift. You are entering the sleep gate. It is not a gate of wood or iron. It is a gate of mist. Soft, swirling, warm mist. It stands open for you, welcoming you into the land of total restoration. You do not need a key to enter. You do not need to say a password. Your heavy eyelids are the key. Your slow breath is the password. Feel yourself floating closer to it. The air here is thick with peace. It is the kind of peace that sits in the bottom of a deep well, still, cool, and undisturbed. Every part of you is heavy now. Your legs are heavy, sinking. Your arms are heavy, sinking. Your head is heavy, sinking. The mattress is rising up to wrap around you, holding you so securely that you couldn't fall if you tried. You are safe. You are so very safe. There is nothing left to do. The world has stopped expecting anything from you. The phone is silent. The emails are sleeping. The problems are sleeping. You are allowed to sleep too. Let the last little threads of thought dissolve. They are just smoke. Let them go. You don't need them where you are going. Where you are going, there is only rest. Listen to the silence. It is a blanket. Pull it up over your shoulders. Tuck it in around your neck. Warm, quiet, dark. You are enough, just as you are lying here. You don't need to be better. You don't need to be stronger. You just need to be here, breathing, drifting. Let the word sleep gently echo in your mind. Sleep, sleep, sleep. It is not a command. It is a comfort. It is the sound of the rain stopping. It is the sound of the wind dying down. It is the sound of the ocean settling into glass. You are passing through the gate now. The waking world is behind you. The healing world is around you. Everything is soft. Everything is slow. Everything is fading. Fade, fade, fade. Into the deep, into the dark, into the peace. And as you drift into this perfect silence, I offer you these simple wishes to carry you into your dreams. A blanket of kindness to keep you warm. May you be safe tonight. May you be healthy and strong. May your heart be light and free from burden. May you sleep with ease and wake with joy. You are loved. You are held. All is well. Good night. Good night. Good night.